It's Monster Cameron here, and welcome to episode 5 of Cup of Java. So we're just gonna continue on where we left off again from the other day, yesterday. But we're gonna do it a little bit longer for this session, for this Saturday, and we're gonna try to go through it a little bit faster. So here goes nothing. Oops, you don't want to say that. Okay, so we're at day 6. So we were doing if-then statements, no, if statements, else if, okay. And here's what we did yesterday. It's a very simple thing. So simulation.java, we imported the Java class. I don't know what that would be. We imported some information for doing random numbers with. I don't know if that's a class or a method. I don't know what you import. What do you call it? Well, java.util.random. Public class simulation. Then we created the main method, and we created a new random variable called random rand. You can see it right here. Oops. And we assigned it new random method. I guess that's what we got from the import. Then we took the results. We created a new variable, an integer called results, and we seed the random variable up to 2 characters, right? Because it's max plus 1, so it can only be 0 and 1. So we have three conditions here. If result is equal to 0, heads, it's going to print a line in the console, heads. And if result is equal to 1, it's going to print tails. And if in any case it somehow jumps out of the scope of the seed, the next int, it should result in it should equals 3, and that means something's wrong with the random number generation thing, right? That's at least what I got from it. So let's continue. So here are relational operators. So we have equals equal means equal to, bang equal, that's not equal to, greater than, or equal to, less than or equal to. That's all simple. This is what really pisses me off. I don't know what these are called. It was like strokes, or I don't know what they're called. But why do we write this instead of just writing or why do we write this instead of and? Or can they be interchanged? It just doesn't make any sense from a readability standpoint to use these to mean and or is it like and is being used somewhere else? But at least I understand what they do. I just don't get why they're used, that specific method, the implementation. So if condition 1 is true, is equal to true, or condition 2 is equal to true, then it executes. So that means if either one is true, that means what would that be? That would be an OR gate. If this is true, that would be like 0. If this is true, that would be, well, if this is true, it would be equals 1. This is true, it would be equals 1, then that would pass. And if this is 1 and this is 0, or vice versa, that would pass. But if they're both 0, then it wouldn't pass. Okay. Alright, so I do get that. And is it like limited to two conditions, or can you just keep on chaining them, or would you have to nest the function, or the methods, or the if statements? If you want to have like condition 1, 2, 3, 4 equals true or false, or would I have to like nest them? Alright, now back to our game. Here's how the game works. You roll a 6-sided die. If If you land a 1 or 2, you lose. If you get 3, 4, 5, you roll again. If you get 6, you win. To write good programs, you have to plan with. You know what? I think I can do that. I think I can do that on my own. And I know it sounds like a bad idea to go off on yourself. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it on my own. Alright, so and then we will follow the example and see how good I got. Close up. And it might be a bad idea to go off, but let's see. We call it die. Oops. Die shots. Oops. Come on. Alright, so we gotta create a main method. So it's gonna be public void main. I think I'm missing something, but I'll correct that. String array args. Oops, I'm doing badly already. Okay, so let's go back here and see what's missing. Oh, static. I should really read up what static really means. I don't know why I'm using braces. Alright. So we have main method. We're gonna create another method. UBLIC, STTIC, void. No, we're not doing void because we wanted to return a number. Alright? This could be scary. Roll die. Parameters are let's do void, and let's just work on a class variable instead. Oh my god, I'm feeling so badly already. Roll die. So we need to create a variable called int die. Assign that to 0. Alright, before int die, we've got to create a random. So random value roll. We call the random value roll. Equals new. Right, and random roll. Oops. Come on, how am I doing that? There we go. Alright, what's the issue with you? Oh, we gotta import it. I knew that. You can do Control Shift O. And it did it automatically. I guess it automatically imports all the things we need. Alright. Alright, so what we want to do is I is equal to roll.next int, and 6 started, so we need 7. We can put that in a variable int max values equals 7, because that could change, right? That's the whole point of a variable. Alright, so how do we get a value out of that method? The best way to do it would be to return a value. Crap, I don't want to see that. That would help me. Alright, let's work on this and then we'll get back to that, hopefully. Alright, so let's do this. So we want what the main thread is. Alright, so we're gonna do if this x if x is equal to. Well, the rules were 1 and 2 lose. So if x was less than 3, less than or equal to 2. Or is it less than? Confusing myself a bit, so I might have bitten off more I can chew. I think I can bang it out. I'm almost there. So less than or equal to. So it's actually less than or equal to 3. Do a bunch of stuff. System.out.println string lose sucker, kill that. And we do else if, because I once heard that it's actually faster. Well, it's better for the compiler to do else ifs instead of just separate elses. Excuse me, instead of separate if statements. I don't know. If x is greater than or equal to 3, so it'll be the opposite of that. So oops, equal to 3. And see, it's already coming into play. X is less than 6. And again, we're going to change X once we figure out how it fits in. .out.println. What is a redraw? What are the rules again for drawing? Roll again, okay. Roll again. New line that says rolling to show like progress. All that's gonna be real quick. And then the last else if x is equal to 6. What am I doing? Equal to 6. A print line. How did you do that? You won. All right. I can put the if statements. I can actually not do a thing in the. I cannot do a thing in the that and just put all the conditionals down here and have because it's gonna be die. So because die is gonna receive the value from roll, and all we gotta do is call the method, right? So it's gonna be roll die. That should work. That should work. Alright. Let's run it. Let's see if we have any issues. Alright. So that wasn't very grandiose. Or let's do a little bit of prettifying. And I know I'm going off track from the stuff over here, but I think I can do it. So let's do this. Your result is space plus die plus how did you let's copy that over. Let's run it again and see what happens. Lose, sucker. Alright. But now we gotta program in the logic for condition 2, which is you roll again. Can you call a method from within a method? Or do I terminate outside the method? Oh crap. Like this whole method has to repeat itself if. Alright, so what I can do is, I wonder if it will work. Oh crap. Alright, I'm gonna do it with what I understand. I don't want to go outside the scope of the thing yet. But I want to roll it again. Alright, so I'm in the main method, and I call roll die, which has all the instructions. So I created a random value called roll, and the holder that's called die, and the maximum value of the roll itself. And I seed, I give die roll, which I seeded with the max value variable. And I create a couple of conditions. If die is less than or equals 3, that means you lose. If it's greater than or equal 3 and less than 6, that means you gotta roll again. And if die is equal to 6, that means you win. Well, how do I get from the second condition to start the whole process over again? I'd have to have this in a while loop, wouldn't I? And then I just exit from executing this. I just exit it and then let it loop over here and just roll again. Or would that just cause everything to continually loop, even if the values are, even if it's not like killed here? Alright, you win. We're gonna follow the example and we're gonna see. So we're gonna see how close we got. Alright, class. Okay, so die value. Class by simple. I mean simple. Oh, by simple I mean simple. Excuse me. Alright, so that would be what we call die shot. Static int die value. I think that's what we call die. And we actually did the same thing that he did. We just linked basically to the roll die method. Alright, he created a new random. He gave. Why did he do this? Why did he give next int 6 plus 1? Oh, because it can be equals to 0 if I do it like this. If I do max value. makes a lot of sense. Because this will be from 0 to 6. Right here. So from 0 to 6. And what I want is what is needed is from 1 to 6. Okay. So if I put this as 6, because max values are 6 sides, but in here I add plus 1. That means all the values are going to be like from 0 to 6, but now because I shortened it, the max values, it's going to be from 0 to 5, and because I added 1, it's going to be from 1 to 6. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. See, I'm learning stuff. And he created two methods to do what I did in one. Okay, so what's the value in creating two methods? Oh, so I can jump from the different methods. Okay. So he did a little bit different than I did. Or I did a little bit different than he did. Or whoever the poster is, male or female. So I'm using greater than or less than, which isn't very precise. And he's using like specific values for the die. It's because I was using something that has range instead of like as individual points. So I don't know whose is better for this. But mine does work as does his. So if it's greater than or equal to 3, and if it's less than 6, which is the same thing as the values 3, 4, and 5. It's interesting. So what I'll do is I'll do what he did, and I'll take the if statements out of the. I'll take it out of its own and give it its own method. Is it better to give like complex stuff their own methods, or to have them together? Oops. I don't think these have to be public from what I was seeing of his. Void. Let's call this results. Roll results. Roll results. And this one is actually asking for a parameter, which mine didn't, because it just did all the work inside of it. So, okay, so we instead of using just we're using another local variable instead of die. So it's basically just translating. So we're gonna use int dot double die. Die again. Int dot die again. And just copy paste. And we replace copy. So what we do is we're gonna call the method from inside this method. I wonder if there's like nesting issues. Roll results. And we're gonna just drop die in here. goes. Let's see if it does complete the circle. Okay, here goes a nothing. Your result is 3. You lose. Is that within the scope of the game? No, that's not good. You're not supposed to lose. If it's 3. Okay, so that's supposed to be 2 instead of 3. Alright, yeah. Okay, there we go. So, can't say I'm not a little miffed. But we understand that. I understand that. I want to spend some time with this class, copy and paste it into clips and play around. We did play around with it, and yeah. You might be surprised by what you have already learned. Huh. A tip, if you don't know what the purpose of a certain added code is, a good idea to remove it temporarily. You can comment it, yeah. Alright, so on to the next day. Alright. More control flow. Yesterday we created our very first game. Now we'll dissect the class behind it. Alright, so now we're gonna get into line by line what it really did. Alright, so it is a class that we imported, not just some kind of whatever. So the first line is simple. We import random class. Then we declare the name of the class. By simple I mean simple. I called it die shot in that case. And a static integer called die value, which I called just die, which will hold the value of the roll die is created. Okay. Next we will create the main method. Okay, and we called the method roll die, which I had all the code in at first. Creation of a random object, that's what we called random roll. That's the object called roll, and it's a random object called roll. Assignment of a random number between 0 and 5 plus 1, so that we were already mentioning that. It uses system.output print line to display the value of it. Yeah, we already talked about that. Switches. We're going to do case switching. Oh. We're going to do the same. I think, yeah, we could do the same thing. Case switch. Much like railroad tracks incorporate switches to direct the path of execution, we will look at switches using an example that we have used before, a coin toss. Make sure that the class name and the package explorer to the left of the screen on Eclipse matches blah 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 blah. Coin toss switch. Alright, let's do that. We gotta get switch under. Oops, what am I doing? We gotta get switch under control. So we're gonna let's say use the same wording. So switch. Alright, so we're going to create the main method. This is public void, public static void main string array so tired. I watched. Oops. I guess that's enough of that. Alright, so we'll continue this tomorrow. We're gonna finish this one up and then move on to brighter things. So, see you later, guys.